one of the things I've always tried to do, I've tried to look at where I'm going to be 5 years down the road. And it's one of the reasons I ended up going to London in the late 70s. Because I thought, you know what, I can't be a jock the whole time. Because I always felt there was a point there where you either got too old or, you know, the business would change. And I kind of looked at it as, well, I can get into programming, I can get into a smaller market, get into sales, and, you know, go that way. And so at any rate, one of those 5-year things, I started looking at it and I went, you know, I want to get into talk. Especially sports talk. That's what I started doing. And I happen to know Nelson Millman from my days at CFUN. He was the production manager when I was there, and he was program director at the Fan in Toronto. And he'd always liked my production work, but he didn't know whether I could talk for any length of time. But he gave me a shot, and it's a very different discipline. As you know, one of the things we were taught, especially when you're doing like top 40 through the 70s and 80s, is you got a clock in your head. And if you talk too long, the alarm bells start going off. So I had to kind of get rid of that. I had to learn to elaborate on my points. And actually, the first couple of days, it went pretty well. I got a lot of calls. But I think it was like the third show I did at the Fan. I was doing a 2-hour show, no guests, and I think I had 3 calls. I mean, I lost 10 pounds. It was, you know, I'm dancing as fast as I can. It's like the duck, you know, on the water, everything looks fine. Underneath it's, and that's how I felt. But the thing was, what was great about it was once I got out of it, I said, I can do this, you know, because I listened back to it, and there were a couple of rough patches, but generally speaking, I thought it went pretty well. And that's the key to it. You know, I mean, one of the things I think we've always learned, we don't maybe know an awful lot about any one thing, but you know a little bit about a lot of things. You kind of have to, because what we really are is culture guardians or something like that. So you have to kind of pick up on little bits and pieces. And in that particular instance, it worked for me because I could kind of recall stuff and, you know, use it to, I wouldn't say kill time, although if you listen back, you'd say, oh yeah, he killed it good.